When I tell people they have lived their entire lives surrounded by propaganda and psychological manipulation, I don't think they fully appreciate the sophistication of it all. Back in the 1920s, American Tobacco wanted to figure out, how can we get women to smoke more cigarettes? So they call in this guy, Edward Bernays, who would later be branded the father of modern propaganda. By the way, his nephew started Netflix, so that's a story for another day. But Bernays comes up with this idea. He says, all right, if we want women to smoke more cigarettes, let's link smoking cigarettes with feminism. American Tobacco loves it. So fast forward to the 1929 Easter Day Parade. You have all these feminists there. They were already planning a feminist march. So American Tobacco just steps in like, hey ladies, you want a cigarette? And they start giving out free cigarettes, and they have the magazines all in place. They already paid them to take pictures. So now you have all of these young, beautiful women walking in this parade, and every one of them has a cigarette in their mouth lit up because American Tobacco had told them all, they started a campaign based around this, that smoking cigarettes was female liberation. They actually had a name for it. They called them torches of freedom. Come, ladies, get your torches of freedom. So they're smoking, and then 50 years later, they're talking to their cat, and they're I start torches of freedom. So you have these feminists, and they're marching, and they have their cigarettes. The magazines are taking pictures, and these pictures of all of these women smoking cigarettes get posted all over the country. Magazine, newspapers, torches of freedom. They have celebrities get involved, and of course it worked. And this was kind of like the testing ground for Edward Bernays, who, like I said, would become the father of modern propaganda, because he discovered a very sophisticated technique in altering public opinion. He realized that if you paired a product with a cause, you can make a ton of money. So he paired smoking cigarettes, torches of freedom, with feminism, and it wasn't long before women everywhere were smoking cigarettes. And he used this same tactic time and time again. And this tactic used by Bernays is studied by some of the biggest propaganda firms in the world. And these firms are, people think politics are the spirit and the ideals of the politician. These are carefully crafted messages by propaganda firms. And this is why you see all of these corporations so quick to virtue signal. They pair their product with climate change. They pair their products with whatever the cause of the day is, because there is a ton of money in it. Now, I know there are other things going on like BlackRock and whatnot, but the point is, you have been surrounded by this propaganda your entire life, and this is why I work so hard to teach people about it, because once you see it, can't unsee it. Teach your kids about propaganda with my books on how information is controlled, history of fake news, our rights, the corruption of the food system, and so much more. ClassicalLearner.com.